Hello everybody, you're here with Claudia Beauty with your host Claudia Lara. Thank you very much for tuning in. So today is another episode following up the one called I Need Your Help. If you remember, I am evolving the channel and trying to find a way that I can kind of commingle a little more of who I am combined with luxury makeup and what I know of life so far, and just looking deepness into everything I do. That's me. That's part of my personality. So thank you very, very much to all that responded to that video. And oh my God, did I love, you guys went deep. It was not just like a nonchalant. So I really appreciate you putting some thought, gathering your ideas and then placing them. And you guys were so to the point, direct. It's obvious that we all here because of luxury makeup. That is part of what unites us. And then it seems like there's a lot more there than that. And so that's where I want to be evolving and including you in this conversation. Should we call it a conversation? So part of thinking, how can I do this so it doesn't become just a talking video? So I'm summarizing what I read, what I've been thinking. So if you're interested in that, please keep on watching. First thing, reading through all your messages, it seems that luxury makeup means something to you. So it's not just for the luxury makeup per se, it means something. For some of you, it's a little different than others. However, it's kind of in the same sort of theme. What I am trying to convey is a combination of a theme that has to do with who we are as women, who we are in society as women. I mean, am I going too big, too large? But isn't makeup encompasses that? I mean, the trends of makeup, how we apply makeup, and fashion as a general. But it also has to do with womanhood and femininity. I mean, one of you of subscribers said, I work mostly with men, and so I started going into makeup to feel a little more amongst women, feminine, what women are doing. So there's this gathering and belonging, right, in this feminine energy. I mean, should we call it that? Another one said, I really like fashion and, Chanel and all these big brands. But I don't necessarily want to spend that money, or I don't have that money to spend at that level. So I use makeup, and that way I feel a little part of it, which is a little bit of my case. Makeup, having luxury makeup is a way of me being part of that trendiness as well, without having to spend all that money. I don't go anywhere, so having all the clothes will be sort of too much for me. And so, but it is being part of society, being part of what's happening in trend, and but also I think it has to do this thing about creativity. And so I'm categorizing luxury makeup as a way of being creative at this stage of my life. So it's not about what do I apply just to look prettier. Of course, it is a sacred, intimate space. I've said this from the beginning, where it really helps me change my mood, even today. And so, we're going to categorize it as all these women that have all this creative energy and that are also looking to be part of, for yourself. So you are your art. I mean, I heard this woman, she's in her 70s, and it was very interesting. She wrote to me and said, watching channels of makeup and being with myself in that way, looking at the video and looking how that would look on me, reminds me of what my face looks like. I guess after a certain age or a certain time that you not really concentrating or focusing on makeup and looks and beauty and things like that, you sort of forget to really what you look like, sort of thing. What I mean, it was sort of a ritual to remembering and being with who she was. I thought that was gorgeous, beautiful. And it is sort of part of what happened to me as well. Because if you saw my video about me, last 12 years, I was very into this spiritual sort of growth and teaching. Really, I was with a lot of groups. So my attention or focus was not necessarily looks or makeup or what's out there. It was my release. I used to watch the videos to relax from the other stuff, to become a little more a product like, you could say more superficial, something not too serious. And it's funny because here I am making something that was not that serious, a little more serious. You can't help it who you are. And anyhow, so I hope I'm making sense that there's a deeper meaning to what we're doing here, woman. And so I don't know how I can make it interactive and engaging. And so that's will be my challenge. But I really appreciate all of you that answer and confirm what I was thinking. And this is not a new topic for me. I've been kind of pondering about this topic, which is, who are we as women in this society? And what I have found is that each of us, and I think one of you also wrote to me in a previous video, something about the spiritual or personal growth is an individual journey. And that is true. And when we come to our 50s, most of us have gone through a journey one way or another, through family, through problems we've had, or experiences, or learning situations, or retreats, and really looking for this growth. So it is individual. However, I really don't think there is a space in society where it is described or accepted, or we know and we feel united in that. It is an individual journey, but it seems that we all do it by ourselves, thus individual. But then we all just like, okay, I am okay where I am. And that's it. It's almost like, yeah, connected, but not, because there's no acceptance of that in society. There's no description of that in society. There's not like a woman arrives there in society and it is seen, I think that's the word, at that. Does that make sense? Like for a male, you can put goals and achievements, and it's a lot easier because they accomplish them. Like, for example, success to be a provider of their family, success of being a businessman. For men, that's very important. We've been discovering that for women, it's not that important. Sure, it gives us success, right? It gives us a certain level of perhaps respect and acceptance. But then we realize that's not necessarily what we wanted, to be successful in business. At least that happened to me, and I know many women that has happened. So why did we went for those goals? Because that was a description in society for us of success. So I guess what I'm trying to evolve here is, can we women describe what is those peldaños, those steps for females to arrive and feel successful and recognized and united with others, not just by ourselves or with our families or within. So what is it that women do that earn the admiration and respect of another woman? No, I'm looking to evolve in this, but I am trying to find these better descriptions of what is it that women want. And once we achieve those things, which, believe it or not, I think a lot of us do, it's just we can never celebrate it or being recognized. And it's not recognition what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this very clear description so we all can feel also accomplished in society, because we're part of it. If not, we sort of become invisible in those accomplishments. Does that make sense? And so if we want to grow in society and become more in the table of decision making, which we should, we need to be able to define for ourselves what is it that grown as a woman looks like. And especially to let the youngsters know what that looks like. That's another thing. I've seen a lot of confusion with youngsters. Should I have children? Should I not? Should I use a career? They all want to go for it, go for this successful life, but they're not sure what it is. And we all keep telling them, you'll find out for yourself. You go and see. And I don't think that it's like that for men. For men, it's sort of very, find your talents, go and work hard, provide for your family, and you're going to feel good about it. And they do. Of course, they go through a different transformation. I'm not talking about them. But as females, we do need to find what is it that naturally unites us, naturally gives us joy and feeling of accomplishment and success, and has not to do monetarily, and is not to do with beauty only. I think there's a lot of confusion on that, and I think a lot of energy of women are going to this beauty or search for this specific beauty because that is all we have known as being successful. I mean, isn't it? We've been told a pretty woman feels great, looks great. I mean, I even see some of the artists nowadays. What is it they're most seen, TikTok or whatever? So-and-so got to 50 and she posted a nude picture. I think Gwyneth Paltrow did that. J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, bikini body at 50. Salma Hayek. Look how she looks at 50 in a bikini. Thalia, which is a Latin singer and soap opera actress, she came out in a bikini. So we keep measuring women for their beauty. And granted, I love it. I mean, good if that is an admiration part, but I don't think it's the only one. And I think we're not giving many choices. And so, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope I did go all over the place, but I think I'm making some sense of what I'm going for. And so, again, thank you very much for listening to me through all this finding out, where it seems that it doesn't have a structure, but it does. It does. I'm looking for a little more deepening, and perhaps it can get to a place where we will be leaving a message for those that are coming after us. So I guess conclusion, we need to start describing and defining what is womanhood. And yes, what unites us is the creativity of makeup, which if you saw in my other video, I call it kinesthetic. We like to experience things through our senses, our eyes, textures, feelings, scents, things of that nature. We are attracted to the transformation of a face or the featuring or how it looks. But so beauty in general. And okay, let's call that is number one quality of part of womanhood. Women in general, of course, there's always exceptions, beautify things. And they enjoy beauty. And beauty not just outside, is also inside, is in decorating, that's why we always want to shop around, put things together, put things nicer, even when we do a Thanksgiving or a Christmas or whatever celebratory thing we're doing, we do a theme and then we like to make it all nice and cozy. That is womanhood. It's part of womanhood. And so let's leave it at that. That will be number one. I'm going to rewatch this video like I always do. I'm going to probably have to edit some and maybe not. We'll see. And And so that will be one of the first descriptions, right? All right, so beautifying. We bring beauty to the world. So tell me what you think. Tell me if I'm going the wrong direction. And I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Please ring the bell in the right-hand corner. Please write something below for sure, because I want this to be a conversation. And I'm thinking I will put fruit on the cover of this video. Perhaps that will be the recognition when it's this types of video. So fruit. Delicious, colorful, textural. I mean, can't get any better than that. All right, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, and of course, if you want to see what I'm wearing, I'll link the videos down below. Bye.